Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel's Match Chat, and this is your official Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory review of 2023. How is everybody doing on this Sunday? I said I was going to go live this morning, but I it wasn't happening, and I wasn't going to try to rush things. And I had a long day yesterday. I was exhausted. Really fun show last night. It was divine. It did what it needed to do. We also have, which is not necessary, we have TNA being relaunched, which I don't understand why, but I'm not the powers that be because it's unnecessary. And I will read you the press release at the end of the review. But please do me a favor and go check me out on Threads, Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter, TikTok, and Cameo. Go check me out. Is Mel's Map Chat. Also, please do me a favor and go check out these lovely, awesome people. Go check out maestroclassics.com and get all your beard essentials there. They're doing some really great stuff for the community, so I had to hitch a ride and support really awesome people. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and get all your artillery to murder your thirst. You could get spring water, unflavored salsa water, flavored salsa water, and iced tea. They're also good for mixers for adult beverages, but please, over 21. Also, please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com and get all your coffee essentials. And it's the season of pumpkin, and they have an inspired Nutella coffee, which I'm treating myself to next month. Also, please do me a favor and go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. If you want to get to their next event, you could get all the ticket information there. Also, you could check them out on the Premier app at $9.99 a month. So let's rock and roll and get through this. And then you could go and watch football. Hopefully this is under 30 minutes because I really want to go and enjoy the rest of the day. Also, while you're here, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you all know about it. Now, I know this is an Impact, but I'm going to give you a little heads up. Crown Jewel is going to be a little weird because I have to go see my son that day. So I'm going to probably go live right after SmackDown with the preview and predictions. And that week the episode will be on Thursday night. Thursday at some point. So look out for that. And also, please go check out episode 211 on the channel. Also, go check out my review of WWE Fastlane 2023. So let's get on to Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory. It was a really fun show last night. Nothing too strenuous. It was really airy to follow. It wasn't complicated, which I liked. I didn't want to deal with heavy shit at my first, this is my first go around of the entire situation. I've been basically with the beginning of these storylines to get up into this pay-per-view. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to review it. I mean, I'm basically watching it every week. So what the hell am I going to keep on doing this for? Before the event, we had the inductions to the Impact Hall of Fame, which were Mike Today and the late, great Don West. And the original Impact herself, original woman knockout, which was Tracy Brooks. And she was inducted by Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim. And Don West was inducted. Both of them were inducted by Scott D'Amore. So it was a really cool night. We started off with the X Division Championship. Chris Sabin versus Kenta for the X Division Championship. Sabin launches himself off the apron, colliding with Kenta on the floor. Back in the ring, Sabin hits a top rope crossbody for a 2. Kenta avoids a slingshot crossbody, then dives him spine first into the side of the ring. Kenta remains in control with a neckbreaker and then locks in a headlock to slow the pace down. Sabin creates separation with a dropkick, allowing him to regain his composure. Sabin soars with a missile dropkick from the top, followed by a tornado DDT. Sabin goes for a cradle shock, but Kenta counters with an eye rake. Kenta hits a. Let me do something before we keep on going here because I keep on going and I have to do this. Hold on. Sorry. Counters with an irate. Kenta hits a draping DDT, then connects with multiple drop kicks in the corner. Sabin counters with a step up Itzangiri. Kenta avoids another cradle shock by grabbing the ref. Kenta attempts a pin with his feet on the ropes, but the referee catches him in the act. Kenta almost puts Sabin away with a top rope double stomp. Sabin counters with a GTS into a super kick. Sabin hits a clothesline with a Hell, Michigan, followed by a cradle shock to win. Still, your Impact X Division champion, Chris Sabin. I'm still weirded out that I'm covering Impact. I'm sorry. So this is going to be weird for me for a long time. What I might start doing, just so that you possibly know, what I might start doing is if I want to do like 3 podcasts a week, like do like separate them and put this with possibly an NWA and maybe an MLW, and it'll be in their own, like, the outlaw promotions. And then you got AEW where they have like 3 shows, and then in WWE I can then add NXT. Then you get me for an hour and a half for 3 times a week, and then I'm not overwhelmed. I might be considering doing that. So let me know what you think about the whole situation, you know? So we go on to the next match, which is Monsters Ball, and I fucking loved this match. This match was fucking the amalgamation of a little bit of WWE and a little bit of AEW. It was just the right Extreme Rules match. And I love that. I love the fact that they didn't go nuts and they didn't freaking do like a John Moxley thinking, oh, let's just make sure that my blood is all over my face. And when I go home to my daughter, she sees another fucking cut on my face. He's got to stop doing that, honestly. But it was a really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was everything that I wanted it to be for my first Monsters Ball. And I kid you not, I was I am actually hooked on Impact Wrestling, and it's just shocking to me. Hopefully, with the new going back to TNA, hopefully they don't fuck up anything, because I really don't want to have to leave Impact Wrestling. So it is what it is. But we're going to move on to the Monsters Ball. We had Moose versus PCO versus Rhino versus Steve Macklin. Now, the whole precipice of this match, they locked them away for 24 hours, which Okay, that's a little like a little elaborate. I mean, what did they show? Like a couple scenes? There really wasn't nobody locked away for 24 hours. I'm sorry. There is not. You'd have to pay me good money to put myself with no water, no nothing, no lights, no nothing. I need that stuff. Okay. But this match overall was a really good match, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So Moose, PCO's Rhino, and Steve Macklin are unleashed after being locked away with no food, no water, and no light for 24 hours. Macklin jumps Rhino from behind during his entrance. Moose assaulted both of them with his feast or fire briefcase. Moose powerbombs Macklin on the hardest part of the ring. Moose is sent up for the spear, then PCO enters the fray. Moose hits PCO with a back body drop over the top rope onto a ladder or into a ladder. Crazy spot. Macklin over the top rope. Macklin drives Moose into a trash can with a Death Valley driver. Macklin inadvertently hits himself with a steel chair, allowing PCO to capitalize with a choke slam. PCO hits Macklin with a deaminator on the apron. Moose plants a PCO with one Uranagi after another, but he won't stay down. Moose power bombs PCO into thumbtack covered cinder blocks on the outside. Moose is caught in the crosshairs, but Rhino prevents Macklin from hitting a follow up KIA. Macklin jams Rhino with a steel chair in shocking turn of events. Bully Ray pushes Macklin off the top rope through a barbed wire table. Rhino gores Moose but collides with a steel chair. PCO soars with the PCO salt on Moose to win, and PCO wins. I think as I predicted. As I predicted. Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. Hopefully, I'm not going to be here for like 2 hours, but you don't know the way I'm going to go with this. But fun match, chaos, but it was done with taste and class. It wasn't necessarily needed freaking red face all the time, like some other person we know in AEW that loves to cut himself and bleed buckets of blood, which is not necessary anymore. We've moved on. We've evolved. We don't need to see this. If you want death matches, there's GCW for that. I mean, seriously, go watch GCW. I don't want to see this on my television. A little bit of blood, a little bit of scrape. Like, for instance, we had Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley injure their arm with a nice cut. But we didn't see the blood. And I love that. You don't need blood as much as you did back in the day. That's all I'm saying. So Gia Miller interviews Mickie James as she prepares to challenge Trinity for the Women's World Championship tonight. So we go to the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz versus ABC Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay for the Impact World Tag Team titles. So Chris Bay and Trey Miguel kickstart the match with secret honors running drop kicks. Wentz hits Austin with a double knees, followed by a neck breaker. Wentz distracts the referee, allowing Miguel to illegally plant Austin with a neck breaker on the hardest part of the ring. Miguel takes a cheap shot, knocking Bay off the apron. Austin flies with Soar to Glory, taking both members of the Rascals out. Bay gets a 2-for-1 on Wentz, and Miguel Bay spikes Wentz with a brainbuster, but it's not enough to keep him down. Wentz goes for the 1-2 sweep as Miguel catapults Austin on the top into a top rope double stop. Miguel hits Austin with a Meteora, followed by a top rope senton from Wentz. Wentz inadvertently blinds Miguel with a spray paint. ABC put Wentz away with the 1-2 sweep to win the Impact World Tag Team Championships, and I am so glad that they won. I am so glad. I don't like this version of the Rascals. They give me like they want to be DX or NWO. They're not. Sweetheart, you may think that you could be DX, but you're not, okay? We go on to Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey. Fucking Will Ospreay is a god in wrestling. Holy shit. This guy is a fucking genius. I'm telling you. It is not even funny. Oh my god. Kenny, I think we found your replacement, and I'm not joking. Between him and what's his face, Zack Sabre Jr. Those two will make sure that New Japan will be taken good care of in the future. And if they want to come to AEW, then so be it. Who knows? Who knows? One of them could be in WWE. Would blow everybody's mind, but it is what it is. You can never commit to that. You can't commit to the fact that they're going to go in AEW because of the simple fact that it's more their style. I would actually like to see Will Ospreay in WWE. It would give freaking Seth Rollins a fucking run for his money. And he won't be the only one that is like that, Oh, and the matches that we could have. Oh my God. Anyway, let's move on. So we start with we start off with Bailey strikes first with a triangle moonsault to the outside. Ospreay bounces back with a springboard crossbody, taking out Bailey on the floor. Back in the ring, Ospreay hits a big backbreaker, but Bailey kicks out at one. Ospreay delivers a chop on the top rope, sending Bailey toppling to the floor. Ospreay baseball slide under the bottom rope, but Bailey follows him with a twisting corkscrew to the outside. Bailey hits a running shooting star for a two. Moments later, Ospreay takes Bailey off his feet with a handspring enziguri. Ospreay continues the assault with a springboard forearm for a 2 count. Bailey counters the Oz cutter into the backslide for another 2 count. Bailey spikes him with a poison rana. Ospreay hits a Oz cutter on the apron. Ospreay hits another Oz cutter in the ring, but Bailey kicks out at 2. Both men exchanged a series of kicks, with Ospreay gaining the upper hand following the hidden blade. Bailey counters with an Oz cutter with a double knees to the back. Bailey hits an ultimate weapon for a very close near fall. Bailey soars with a meteor rain at the top rope fisherman buster, but is still not enough to keep Ospreay down. Ospreay counters the flamingo driver into this Styles clash. Ospreay hits one final hidden blade, followed by a Stormbreaker to win, and Will Ospreay beats Mike Bailey. I predicted that. You're not going to send fucking Will Ospreay to Impact to lose to Mike Bailey. There was no fucking way in hell that was going to happen. If you want to set up Ospreay to possibly sign with AEW on a full-time basis, that's what's going to happen. This was another fun match. This was definitely another fun match. And it made it to be that you could call out your shot. It was call your shot gauntlet. Winners earn a title shot of their choosing, any place, anytime. But the beneficial of this is it had men and women. But the women could challenge for the world title from the actual Impact World Champion, not the women's, the men's. And it gives a better opportunity. I just don't like the situation that men are wrestling women, and it just, depending on who was in it, didn't really make sense, and I really don't like that. But it is what it is. So we start the match. Jake Something enters at 1 and begins the match with Eddie Edwards at number 2. Kenny King enters at 3. Edwards slides under the bottom rope, which does not count as an elimination, where a mini Honor No More reunion as Edwards and King work together. Juventud Guerrero is surprise entrant number 4. So Sheldon Jean gets up on the apron, but Juventud knocks him down. King capitalizes off the distraction with a spine buster to Juventud. Johnny Swinger entered number 5. Juventud eliminates King out of nowhere. Crazy Steve assaults Swinger with his Feast or Fire briefcase. Giselle Shaw enters at number 6 and eliminates Swinger. Steve is about to assault Swinger with his fork when the digital media champion Tommy Dreamer makes the save. Jody Threat enters at 7. Ja Vidal and Savannah Evans prevent Shaw from being eliminated by Threat. Kylan King enters at 8. Edwards eliminates Juventud. Sunny Kiss is a surprise entrance. I actually have a friend of mine that's a referee. I don't know if you know the area of Pennsylvania. His name is Lance, but he goes by another name as his referee name. And he is really good friends with him and his fiance, husband, or whatever the case may be. And I actually got a little excited, and I actually texted him and said, he's on, and he's in the middle of doing a fucking show. What is the fucking odds, you know? So, anywho, Kiss eliminates Shaw with a press slam over the top rope. Bully Ray enters at 10. Kiss and Ray engage in a dance-off. Matt Cardona returns at number 11. Kiss shows Cardona what's up from the top rope. Jordan Grace enters at 12. Eric Young enters at 13. Young spikes Cardona with a pile driver. Cardona eliminates Edwards. Joe Henry enters at 14. Brian Myers enters at 15 and immediately spears Henry for the elimination. Myers reunites with Cardona, but Kiss brings the fight to both of them. Myers and Cardona eliminate Kiss with a double back body drop. Heath enters at 16. Heath hits something. Young, Kylan, and Cardona with wake-up calls. Myers eliminates Heath. Kazarian enters number 17. Myers takes out Kazarian with a roster cut clothesline. Rich Swann enters number 18. Jonathan Grisham enters in at 19. Grisham uses his t-shirt to eliminate Kylan King. Dirty Dango enters at 20. Something immediately eliminates Dango. Oleg produces. I can't. I'm gonna butcher the last name. Enters the ring and assaults the other competitors. Myers and Cardona eliminate Kazarian, Swann, and Young. Something catches Grisham in midair and tosses him over the top for the elimination. Something sends Myers into the void. Myers goes low, something for elimination. Cardona turns on Myers and eliminates him. Grace eliminates Cardona as Ray eliminates Kylan. The final two are Grace and Ray in the match. Must now end by pinfall or submission. Grace hits multiple back elbows, followed by a Grace driver to win the match. And Jordan Grace wins the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. So Jordan Grace makes history for the first knockout to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Grace calls her shot for the the Women's World Champion at Hard to Kill this January on pay-per-view. That match will be under the newly relaunch of TNA. Women's World Champion Trinity versus Mickie James. Trinity goes for a Starstruck in early going. James sees it coming and evades. Trinity hits a running at the splits for a 2. Trinity uses her athleticism and flexibility to avoid incoming clothesline. James hits a head scissors out of the corner, but Trinity responds with a head scissors of her own. Both women are down following synchronized offense, sending both of them to the floor. They may get back into the ring where Trinity hits a rear view for a 2. James drives her face first into the canvas, then soars with a seated senton off the top rope. Trinity hits a pinpoint insecurity followed by a split-legged moonsault for another 2 count. Moments later, James connected with a Mick kick for a near fall of her own. Trinity counters the Mick DDT for a full Nelson slam. James spikes her with a tornado DDT out of the corner, but it's not enough to keep Trinity down. James avoids the X Factor and rolls her up for a 2. James spikes Trinity with the use of the ropes. Trinity recovers and locks in the Starstruck to win by submission, and she retains her title. Excellent match. Excellent match. GM Miller interviews Moose, who declares he will be calling his shot for an Impact World Championship match at Hard to Kill. So the winner of the match that's coming up, the winner will be taking on Moose, which is either Alex Shelley or Josh Alexander. So we go into that match. Alexander locks in the ankle lock, but Shelley scurries to the bottom rope. Shelley targets left arm of Alexander in the early going. Both men exchange strikes in the middle of the ring, with Alexander gaining the upper hand off a big boot out of the corner. The fight spills to the outside, where Shelley hits a thudding back body drop. Alexander charges at Shelley, but ducks, sending Alexander crashing into the steel ring post. Minutes later, Alexander wraps Shelley's leg around the post and locks in a submission. Alexander locks in the ankle lock, but Shelley breaks it with a enziguri targeting his left arm. Shelley goes for a border city stretch, but this time Alexander, who desperately gets his leg on the bottom rope. The pace quickens as Alexander hits a belly-to-belly suplex. Shelley comes back with a snap German suplex. Alexander counters sliced bread into another German suplex, this time into a bridge for a 2. Alexander cranks Shelley's leg with a dragon screw. Shelley hits a modified shell shock into the barricade. Shelley successfully connects with the sliced bread on the floor. Shelley soars off the top rope, frog splash for a 2. Shelley immediately transitioned to a border city stretch, but Alexander counters into an ankle lock. They go counter for counter before Shelley plants him with a shell shock. Shelley hits another shell shock for the win, and Alex Shelley will be taking on Moose for the Impact World title. So after the match, Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander shake hands at a tremendous show of respect. Alexander places the Impact World title around Shelley's waist. Shelley celebrates a monumental victory. Then that was all done. We go to a video package revealing the return to TNA Wrestling at Hard to Kill, live January 13th on pay-per-view from the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. Afterwards, Scott D'Amore, we're back. TNA is back, and I'm going to now read the press release. But I know where this is. I know exactly where this is. I've been to Vegas twice in my life. I am very fucking fortunate. I cannot believe I've been there once. I was blown away. I was there twice. I was like, holy crap, I'm back here again. And I'm like pinching myself. I was actually flying. When I was flying there, I was like, holy shit, I'm going back. I'm like, and then I get off the plane. I'm like, I know my way around a little bit. I felt like I was like, yeah, I'm Vegas bound. Like, yeah, I'm in Vegas and la da 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 da. You know, somebody calls me a bougie bitch. And yeah, I felt like that. I was feeling my feels. It was also my birthday, so everybody could go fuck off. But yeah, I had a really good time when I was in Vegas, and whoever goes there to watch that is gonna have a great time. I'm gonna read you the press release, and let me get the I took the screenshots on my phone today. Close. My nose is like I'm about to like cut it off. Oh, sorry. I can't deal with this. This is ridiculous. Okay. Okay. I gotta get these are very, very small. Okay. In Chicago and Toronto, there was a press release. Anthem Sports Entertainment, a global multi-platform media company, announces today that its professional wrestling company Impact Wrestling is returning to its iconic Total Nonstop Action TNA wrestling name at Hard to Kill. It's its first pay-per-view of 2024, which will originate for the first time ever from the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. The announcement was made Saturday night at the end of Bound for Glory pay-per-view, which aired live around the world in front of a standing room only crowd in Chicago. TNA will launch back at 2024 with Hard to Kill on Saturday, January 13th, with a second night of action-packed wrestling, the Snake Eye Extravaganza show at the Palms on Sunday, January 14th. The Snake Eye Extravaganza will be taped on the company's flagship TV show, Impact, airing every Thursday night on Access. So I think that's where they're going to have like their that. I think Impact is going to be their weekly show, like Monday Night Raw, like SmackDown, and everything like that. And when it is going to go on, when they're going to build it and everything, it's TNA. Like when you're watching Raw, it's WWE Monday Night Raw, so it's going to be TNA Impact Wrestling. So they're not going to completely get away with losing Impact, but they're just going to reintroduce TNA. And as long as they stick what they're doing right now, I'm all for it. Bring it on. And this is where I'm going to reiterate. I may have to start doing this 3 times a week because I would like to get back to bringing in maybe an NXT and bringing back an NWA and an MLW because I thoroughly enjoy them. And I miss covering them, bringing it on the show. It's basically AEW and WWE. I would like to give other promotions an opportunity, and I could always deem that one with the NWA, TNA, and MLW as like the Outlaw podcast, like the Outlaw promotions. I could, make that as a separate entity, do that, dub it like, Mel's match had episode whatever, and then in the description, this podcast is about the MLW, NWA, and Impact, the outlaws of professional wrestling. You're going to get an in-depth run through of the shows and whatnot. And then, it'll be a lot less for me. I'll be maybe an hour and a half to each of the podcasts, and you get to see me 3 times a week. I just have to get out the logistics because I'm taking on 3 podcasts a week. So it is what it is. But I'm going to try to work on that for 2024, and then we'll take it from there. So, but I want to put that all out on with you, and I thought today would be a great idea to just put that out there. I really would want to do it because I really would want to get back to watching NWA more, like just not as a fan, as a analyst and a critic, and that goes with MLW. And I would like to give them a shine because they're doing great things over there. And as I keep saying, I'm an equal opportunity acceptor. I watch professional wrestling. I just don't watch AEW. I just don't watch WWE. And I give you the ins and outs of the whole situation. So, so I don't get any more fucking flack for this, I cannot stand Tony Khan. That doesn't mean I don't love AEW. Horrible management, great promotion. There you go. Click this, clip this, whatever you have to do. I am making that a point right then and there. So, continue with the press release. We will still be the TNA chants where we still hear the TNA chants wherever we go. And Impact Wrestling President Scott D'Amore, fans are longed for TNA wrestling. So that's what we're going to bring back into 2024. TNA wrestling, we're back. Tickets are both for Hard to Kill. They're on, and then the company confirmed that the new year will launch a new look TNA wrestling that runs from the entrance ramp to the turnbuckles on the ring to larger and more prestigious venues and much more. Further details on TNA wrestling will TNA wrestling return will be revealed on Tuesday, October 24th, when D'Amore sits down with an exclusive interview with Tom Hannafan that will air live on Impact Facebook page starting at 12 noon. So I'm going to tune into that. The question and answer will include questions from worldwide wrestling media. TNA Wrestling launched in the summer of 2002 and has been long known. It has been long been known as the most innovative professional wrestling company in the world. TNA is known for its high risk action packed X Division matches and have run with one simple motto. It's not about the weight limits. It's about no limits. Stars from X Division have been included Chris Sabin with a record 10 title reigns, AJ Styles, the first ever champion, along with Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Petey Williams, Frankie Kazarian, and Trey Miguel, among others. TNA is also the home of the prestigious Knockouts division, which I can't stand that moniker, but it is what it is. Widely regarded as the best women's division in all of professional wrestling. With Triple H back in charge, I think the resurgence in WWE is going to be, it's going to get that title back, I think. The Knockouts division features Trinity, Deonna Purrazzo, Mickie James, Jordan Grace, Giselle Shaw, Misha Samovich, Kylan King, Jessica, and Courtney Rush, among others. Legendary Knockout includes Gail Kim, Awesome Khan, The Beautiful People, Taya Valkyrie, ODB, Tara, Tracy Brooks, and so many others. And that's basically about it. They're going to be relaunching, so I'm looking forward to that. Also, there was a fucking, oh my God, whoever did this is a fucking moron. They said that they were going to bring in Ace Steel to do some production. That was scrapped fucking quick. Because let me tell you, I'm going to give you a little logic here. CM Punk can't do a goddamn thing until the end of November. So if TNA, Impact Wrestling, whatever the case may be, wants to bring in CM Punk, they couldn't contractually do that. It would have been in violation of AEW. Okay, that's number one. Number two, do they honestly think that they could afford CM Punk? They're going to have to give him a minority stake in the company. They do not have the money that Ari Emanuel and Ari Emanuel, because Nick Khan, Tony Khan will be out of the running because he got fired from AEW. So that is that. But I liked the surprise that TNA is coming back. Hopefully that they can, stay the way it is and just bump it up a little bit. Just, take it to the next level. I love the commentary with Aiden English and Tom Hannafan. I'm so glad that they got rid of Josh Matthews. He was a detriment to the brand. Everything is starting to be more positive, and we're just going to keep on trucking along here. But I'm seriously considering I'm going to sit down with my my planner, and I'm gonna see what days everything falls on, and if it's feasible, you'll be seeing me 3 times a week for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Hopefully not, but you know what I do here, so I'm sorry in advance, but it is what it is. But I thoroughly enjoyed Impact last night. I would suggest you start watching it, and I want to thank my one that gave me a kick in the ass to start watching it, and it's Jesse from uh, Smart Mark. Uh, Go check him out on YouTube, and go check him out on Twitter and everything. But I want to thank him for doing this because, you know, I would have had nothing to do with this. But Thursday nights are now TNA, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm sorry I'm not going to do Ring of Honor. I'm not paying for Ring of Honor. Sorry. I tried. I tried. I feel like I'm watching AEW Dark or Dark Elevation. I'm not doing that. If Ring of Honor gets a TV deal, I'll gladly watch it because now NWA has a TV deal, and I can watch it on TV, and I can also watch MLW, and we'll be good to go. So it is what it is. But I will be back here on Friday for episode 312, getting everybody ready for Crown Jewel, which is in 2 weeks, and we're just heading and we're doing our thing. I want everybody to go follow me on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, X, Twitter. Please go check me out on Cameo. Um, Please also go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. And please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the bell for all notification. When I go live or upload a video, you'll all know about it. Please go check out the rest of my content on my channel, and I will be back here, as you all will know, for episode 312 this Friday. I love you all. Have a great Sunday, and we're going to start another week of worth of wrestling. And here we go again, okay? I'll see you all on Friday. Have a great weekend. Rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.